So we're going to start with rear facing installation. So remember, this is for any child 2 years old or younger. We are going to put this car seat on one of the captain's chairs to be able to put it facing backwards. There is a very important step that you cannot forget. This car seat has a foot, we call it. That foot must be flipped forward. What this will do is help us achieve a level arrow, okay? If I put this car seat on the vehicle seat, I must have that arrow level or parallel to the ground. I don't want that car seat to look like this. I don't want the car seat to look like this. I want it to be level to the ground, just like that. And that foot is going to help. Now notice in your van, that foot does not contact the actual seat. That is okay. The floating foot is okay. I need you to hear that so that you're not concerned that that's not touching. That is okay. Your more important is to make sure that arrow is level or parallel to the ground. When we strap this in, I'm going to teach you two ways because some of you may have a easier time doing one or the other. They are equally safe if you do it correctly. So I don't care what's easier for you, but you need to make sure you can do it well. The first thing I'm going to show you is with the seatbelt. If this is the only way you learn, that is fine because every car has a seatbelt. You're going to take the seatbelt and you are going to identify the rear facing belt path. So right down here, you will see a hole in the car seat. This right here is the rear facing belt path. That is where the seatbelt is going to come through the car seat. So what will happen is I will take the seatbelt and I'll pull out some so I don't have to shove my hands through too far. I'm going to open the fabric on the car seat because I have big hands and I don't like to have to cut them up. I'm going to feed that seatbelt from my side, which has an identical hole, through the middle. I'm going to have you get a shot right here in the center here a minute so you can see. So you see how that seatbelt has come through, and now I'll continue on through the opposite side. So the seatbelt is laying underneath the fabric of the car seat, coming through that rear facing path, and then I'm going to buckle it in. That is not the end, my friends. That is just the beginning. Buckling the seatbelt is very important, but it does not provide us a secure installation. Watch the car seat, still very much moving because we have not locked or tightened the seatbelt. Here's a good thing for you to remember. Many of you probably have enjoyed a BLT at some point in your life. This is a BLT moment. Ready? You're going to buckle. We just did that. That's the B. L, you're going to lock the seatbelt. Watch carefully. Slow movements of the shoulder belt, pulling the entire length of it until we get to the end. That has now just locked our seatbelt. I hope you can hear this sound. Now we know it's locked. So I buckled for my B, I locked for my L, and now my T is tightened. Please do not grab here. Your whole car seat will flip over. While your fabric is still open, you are now going to grab the shoulder portion of the belt. So here's the shoulder portion. Here's the lap portion. I'm just holding the shoulder belt and I am going to pull toward me while I place my opposite hand in the center of the car seat, putting some weight on the car seat. So I'm pulling and tightening. So I've already buckled it, I've already locked it, and now that I'm tightening it and feeding the rest of the seatbelt up slightly, you'll see the big difference here. It's not moving. because what I have done is I've locked the seatbelt to secure the car seat in that rear facing position. So as a review, remove the cover. It's much easier to slide your hand and the buckle through this space when the cover is pulled back. When I buckled it, that went right nice through that belt path. I locked it by slowly pulling the seat belt webbing out of the vehicle retractor. And then I tightened by pulling just the shoulder portion of the belt from the buckle side nice and tight. I'm gonna put the fabric back on, and here is your final test. To see if you did a good job, you are not going to grab up here. This part of the car seat should move. Please don't touch that part of the car seat. To know if you did a good job, you're going to hold right above where that seat belt is. And you are going to side shake like this. If this portion of the car seat moves less than 1 inch, you can pat yourself on the back. You did a great job. So we talked about rear facing and making sure that those kids who are under the age of 3 are rear facing. We talked about how to install this car seat for rear facing. But the beauty of this car seat is that it can be used forward facing as well. So if you have a child who's between the ages of 3 and 5, even higher than 5 if they were within the weight limit, you can use this same seat to transport someone who is forward facing. There are some very key differences. So I'm going to point out 3 particular differences for you and show you how to make those changes. The first, this car seat when rear facing had a very nice angle, but when we're forward facing, we cannot have the same type of angle. We must move or change the position of this reclined foot. You see how it's open right now? That's for rear facing. In order to make it for forward facing, you must separate the plastic by using the 2 hands here and tuck the foot in. So I'm going to do that again so you can see it. A lot of people are tempted to just push on the foot. It doesn't close if you just push on it. So make sure it's all the way open. Separate the plastic with your fingers and tuck the foot in. That will now give us an up and down that's appropriate for forward facing. That's the first major difference. The second major difference comes in where we route the seat belt. If you recall, rear facing, we had a path here. But forward facing, our seat belt is going to come through this path. So when I want to put this car seat in, I'm going to be taking the seat belt, routing it through that path. And please remember, don't be afraid to open the cover so you don't have to stick your hand in tiny places. Once you've gotten that seat belt through, buckle it in. Now I'm going to challenge you to think back. What was that acronym we talked about? BLT. So I just did the B. I buckled it. Now I need to lock that seat belt. So I'm going to pull it all the way out. Listen for the clicks. Now it's locked, and now to tighten it, again, I'm gonna grab here. See where my hand is coming through the belt path? That gives me the best leverage. So I can put some weight in the car seat and pull up. Every time I pull up, I'm tightening the seat belt, and then I will feed the remaining slack back in. So that at the path where that seat belt travels, right through the car seat, when I test it, it moves less than 1 inch from side to side or front to back. The final difference for installation for forward facing revolves around the tether. If you see here on the side of the car seat, you've got this strap that's hanging here. We actually have 2 of them, but the only one that matters right now is this one. This is very important for a forward-facing car seat. This strap, called the tether, travels over the vehicle seat back and attaches at the bar at the base of the seat. Once it's attached, pull tight and snug to add stability to the upper portion of the car seat. All right, so for review, forward facing, we are straight up and down. We had to tuck in the foot. We utilize the forward facing belt path. We continue to use the acronym BLT. We buckle, we lock, and we tighten. And then we add the tether over the back.